What's up, everybody? It's Jordan, and welcome to the Sports 2 Show. Today, September 8th, 2021. This video, I want to continue my series doing some record predictions for each NFL team. The NFL season starts tomorrow, which is just absolutely crazy. So I'm going to be, kind of finishing up, this series here. I have, the Titans, which is this video, and Washington, the next video, which will be, concluding the series. So the Titans are very, very interesting. They brought in Julio Jones in the offseason and then trade with the Atlanta Falcons. But they did also lose quite a few people. I don't think people are talking about enough. They lose Corey Davis to the New York Jets. They lost Jonnu Smith to the New England Patriots. They actually lost their offense coordinator, Arthur Smith, to the Atlanta Falcons. And I really think that's going to be a big blow for their team this season. So let's go ahead and get started here in week one against the Arizona Cardinals. I have them losing this game. I really feel like the departure of Arthur Smith is going to take a toll on this team. I think it might take a few weeks for this team to kind of regroup and kind of learn the system and everything. And the Cardinals, despite being the worst team in the division, they are not an easy win by any means. The Cardinals are a very nice team. The only really bad thing with them is their offensive line. But really, aside from that, I feel like they can compete with the majority of teams in the NFL. I don't see this, Titans team winning the first game of the year at home, just because, with the offense coordinator gone, you have some major departures on offense. You have some departures on defense as well. So they got a loss here against the Cardinals in week one. Week two at Seattle. Seattle, despite it not being as hard as it used to be to play there, it's still a rather difficult place to play. And I don't see them being the Seahawks either. Like I said, it's going to take a couple weeks for this team to kind of learn a new system with Arthur Smith no longer the offense coordinator in Tennessee. The Titans are a very inconsistent team, and the Seahawks are a very inconsistent team. I wouldn't be surprised that we maybe see the Titans win this game here, but I do think they will end up losing this game against Seattle to drop to 0-2. Week three, they take on the Indianapolis Colts. Most people think like either the Titans, they might end up winning the division, or it's going to be the Colts. In my opinion, it's going to be the Colts. They just have a much better talented roster overall. I trust their coaching more, opposed to the coaching is about the same with the Titans and the Colts. It's very interesting. I feel like this will be a close game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Titans maybe won this game here at home, especially. But I have them losing because, like I said, I think it'll take the first 4 or 5 weeks or so for them to learn, and understand this new offense and everything like that. Because Arthur Smith, that I don't think that's being talked about enough, how bad of a blow that is to this team. As we continue here in week four, they get a road victory against the New York Jets. I think the Jets are better than people give them credit for. This might be a competitive game here. It's Corey Davis's, revenge game against the Titans. But I think the Titans are able to pick up the first victory and improve to 1-3 here in week four. Week five, they're on the road again against another rookie quarterback, and this is Trevor Lawrence, who was the first overall pick. The week prior was the second overall pick in Zach Wilson. The Jaguars, another team, in my opinion, I don't see many wins for them, but I think they're going to be competitive. I see Tennessee winning this game here to improve to 2-3. Week six, the Titans, I have them losing this home game here against the Bills, which I think they are capable of winning. I just feel like the Titans are very inconsistent. The Titans really need to see Ryan Tannehill step up more and not be as much as a game manager like he has in years past. Instead of putting the team around him and helping him, he needs to help the team and really elevate the team rather than the team elevating him. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Titans won this game. This should be a good game here. I think the Titans are capable of winning. I just don't see it happening here. With this loss, they drop to 2-4. Week 7 against the Chiefs, I actually have them winning this game. And you look at the schedule for the Chiefs, they always have that one game. And every single team, I say it in every video, every single team has that one game they should not lose. And I think this is it for the Chiefs. And the Chiefs lost to, for example, the Chiefs lost to the Raiders last year, their first meeting, and they actually almost lost to them in their second meeting as well. So the Chiefs, they have those slip ups, where they lose occasionally and everything like that. But I feel like, the Titans, with this being at home, that gives them a huge advantage. I think they're capable of maybe beating the Chiefs here with a major upset win. With this victory, they improve to 3-4. Week 8 at Indianapolis. If they don't beat them in Tennessee, I don't see them beating them in Indianapolis either. This is a very difficult place to play. And I really feel like the midpoint of the season is where the Colts are going to be, in their game, on the zone, everything. Once, Carson Wentz remembers the, offense that he played in Philadelphia, this team is going to be very, very tough, especially the middle part of the season. I have them losing here. They dropped to 3-5. Week 9 at the Rams, I mentioned the Chiefs, they have that slip-up game. I feel like this will be a slip-up game for the Rams here at Week 9 in LA. I think the Titans are capable of making this close. And, despite Matthew Stafford being extremely underrated, at times he can be not really good. And I feel like this, the Titans might kind of catch the Rams slipping up here. They got a huge, massive victory against the Rams on a road victory. They improved here to 4-5. Week 10, they host the Saints. I think this should be a close game here. I have the Titans getting this victory. The Saints are kind of like the Titans, and you have no idea what to expect from this season. They're going to be very, very inconsistent, in my opinion. I think they get a victory here, and they improve to 505-5. Week 11, home game against the Texans. Easiest game of their schedule. Easy win. Over 500 at 6-5. Then week 12, Mike Vrabel going up against his, former coach and Bill Belichick. This was a couple years ago. The Titans actually beat the Patriots in the playoffs and basically ended the Patriots dynasty. I have the Titans losing this game here. I just feel like the Patriots going to have revenge in their minds from basically, losing Brady after that game. Should be a close game. With this being in Gillette Stadium, that's a big deciding factor in why I have the Patriots winning here. But with this loss, the Titans drop to 6-6. Week 13 is their bye week, and I feel like you should kind of expect this Titans team to be 7-5, 6-6, something like that, heading into the bye week. I think that's not bad. Obviously, that's not great, but I think that's what you should expect. How I mentioned, every single team has that one game that absolutely should not lose. Week 14 is that for the Tennessee Titans. A home game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I actually have them losing this game. Like I said earlier, I think the Jaguars are not going to have many wins, but I think they're going to be very, very competitive. I could see maybe the Titans maybe slipping up a game, this game here, and losing and against Trevor Lawrence and a team who has some really nice young players like DJ Chark, some other nice players like Robinson, who was really underrated last season. But the Titans have their, horrendous game this year, just like they had last year against the Bengals, losing to the Bengals. But with this loss, they dropped to 6-7. Week 15 at Pittsburgh. I don't think Pittsburgh is going to be good this year, but it's always difficult to play in Pittsburgh and able to come up with a road victory. This should be a close game. Wouldn't be surprised if the Titans won this game. It's kind of a toss-up game, in my opinion. I have them losing because it's just so difficult to play at Heinz Field and pull off a victory. With this loss, they improve. They drop to 6-8 in the year. Week 16, I feel like the 49ers are just going to have a bad game or two, towards the end of the season. I feel like they're a very, very good team. Every single team has that, slip up in occasional games. They just suck, and they should not play that bad, or, they maybe, another team just really surprises them and play great. I feel like this could be a scenario, heading into this game, the Titans are 6-8. They got to be playing their A game to get into the playoffs. I feel like that's kind of, maybe the 49ers don't play great and the Titans play really good. They're able to pull off a really nice upset victory against the 49ers here in Week 16, improving to 7-8. Week 17 against Miami. I think they'll get a victory here. I do not trust Tua against good teams at all. Tua is very, very inconsistent. Despite the Titans' defense not being good last year, I think they'll hold Tua in check, and Tennessee is able to pull a victory here to improve to 500 at 8-8. And their second easiest game on the schedule at Houston. They got an easy victory here and improve to 9-8. That is my record prediction for the Tennessee Titans is 9-8. My ceiling for them is 11-6. My floor for them is 8-9. I know some people think they might end up winning the division. I just don't see it happening. I think this is the Colts for the taking, but it should be very, very interesting. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would really, really appreciate it. And I will see you all next time on Sports 2 Hein Show.